and welcome back to SV Online Racing. We are here at Spain for round 5. Tonight you have myself, SV Gorilla, and we finally have a co-commentator, Heinous. Yeah, just give us a few words of how great it is to be here, sort of, kind of.
Always great to be back at Spain. Oh, the thrilling racetrack it is.
It is indeed. Obviously, we know each other quite well. We were teammates last season.
Teammate from
in TSRL.
Last season, the
really
dream team in the Mercedes.
Didn't really go to plan though, did it? I'm pretty sure I scored like 9 points the whole season. I was literally your Bottas to your Hamilton, even though I hardly ever saw you in the race.
Wasn't much of a Hamilton. Yeah.
There you go. Right.
It's Q1. I imagine we'll see most people
drivers.
Retire. Oh no, we'll get people out, won't we? One person's in that relegation zone.
One person. I'm going to call it. Right. Now usually I go for who's going to get pole. Obviously you probably don't know most of these drivers. So I'm going to go with Jordkey 1, 2, 3 for pole. I've seen his practice times and they're quite good. I believe he is actually on his way out as well. And he is. He's got quite a fair few cars around him. Be very interesting. Everyone seems to be wanting to go out on the softest compound for some apparent reason.
I know it's on mine. There's Gotten 6 is out on the hard compound.
Oh, okay. Yes. Most drivers are on the softer compound.
Off softer tyres. I mean, if you've got the pace to get out, we've only got to out-qualify one driver and get that hard compound out of the way.
Jesus. I believe Gotten 6 will be the first person to cross the line.
First out on track, but will those hards be up to temperature? If it's like F1 2018, I always found you wanted a couple laps really to get it to that optimal range. Not setting the world, having fairly relaxed out lap.
Indeed. Just a quick question. Have you got your party chat included?
Yes, I did make sure to do that.
Thank you. Thank God. Everyone else that I talk to doesn't seem to. Right, here we go. Starting the lap. It's quite a short and he's already
nice.
Right, so I think Elias is the next person.
It's gonna be Alpha's, but Bottom 6 has kept the DRS open.
I mean, you might as well finish the lap, I suppose.
Yeah, set a banker.
I don't understand the Toro Rosso livery. I mean, why does it have like yellow on the inside and then whatever colours?
I actually hadn't noticed that before. That must be new.
And it's got like green and yellow on like the other inside as well. It's very weird.
Yeah, it must be a
just noticed that myself.
Red Bull.
Obviously, there was a livery update. What was it, last week? So
something around that. And some bodywork updates as well. The racing point.
So anyway, DRS. He has got a Williams just ahead of him. Hopefully, that doesn't cause him too much time. I mean, he did lose quite a lot of time. Already. So Elias will be the first person to set a. He should steer like an absolute.
Bit of a power side, but sometimes that can be quicker.
Yeah.
Clean track ahead, a small lock-up. It's round the final corner now. Half of least resistance to the line, plenty of curb. You can run a lot of curb here. Fastest lap, 1:19.8. And Jordkey
quite slow.
Improves on that straight away.
Vanzi with a 1.
And Gossen 6 is retired from the session. And I think he's gone into the wall actually. He's gotten 6 on the hard compound tyres. After going off at the final corner on his outlap, he's crashed in the first sector, I believe. It doesn't look like it. I think
1 and
Or someone else has gone off. At turn 1, I believe.
I don't really know how to say his game attack. I'm going to go with Spear Shot, the 119.4. Lucas Aid, 122.9. Very slow. Bianchi putting himself into provisional pole.
It's provisional pole.
Still Q1. St. Dan, very quick driver.
Yeah.
Did miss the first couple of races, and he's already up there, so he's doing very, very well. Richard has gone onto the medium tyres, so not sure why. You'd want to get yourself through to.
He's still in the pits though. He hasn't gone out. I think Adam Lee about to start a lap on the soft compound tyres. I expect him to be up there from my experience racing with him myself. And SV John as well. John is a quick driver.
Is he even out yet? No, he's still sat in the pit. Richard on his way out as well. Is there anyone that's on Luke? Oh, I thought that was Luke. Aiden with a very quick time of a 1:18.7. Very close at the top.
Yeah, we're only 4,000ths of a second separating the top two. I'm watching Adam Lee as he goes through sector 2. We'll get a split time. So I suppose he's not improving on any time. We'll see how well he does. Goes through the fast right-hander onto the DRS straight.
I've already noticed that Adam Lee's running the wrong number.
Oh, is it? Oh.
Yeah, he's wearing number 14 where that's John's number. John's actually on his way out as well.
It's through, he hooks the apex nicely into the fast
the only
fourth
people
gear
that
right hand.
are fine at the moment is Aiden and Jake, because they haven't actually received their numbers just yet. I'm just kind of waiting. So Dan is improving his time. It should be number 66.
I think what'll be interesting to
Camera
see
angles are rubbish.
Southern Ping as well. Southern Ping will have to set a lap here. It doesn't even have to. It just have to be in 4 seconds of the provisional pole time at the moment. But he has to set a lap if he wants to get into Q2. And because Gone 6 was retired on a awful lap time, 1:22.7. That will not be easy to beat really, especially on the soft compound tyre. Williams gets out of the way nicely into the first or into the second sector now. He's seeming to send the world alight on this lap, but keeping it clean, and that's all he needs to do at this point. Up the hill, also the fast right-hander, avoid the grass that can really throw you into the wall onto the DRS straight. You can get a bit of a distance toe from Adam Lee in front, braking hard into the apex, into the hairpin, hits the apex nicely on the power. Try not to turn too much curb, it can unsettle the car. It's a car nicely at the apex, hits the apex at that second cone, brakes in, no lockups. It's the tricky chicane. I hate this chicane myself. Plenty of curb, opens up the apex, around the final corner, and what lap time is he going to set? It's good enough for 8th, and that will get him through. It all comes down to King Gamer now. Can he get himself into Q2 in the Williams?
I mean, chicane now, by the way, on the hardest compound.
Where he go there? 11th, only 1.2 off of provisional pole. That's not bad.
King Gamer.
Let's complete a lap. See what you can do. And actually, Lucas is now in the relegation zone.
Oh, my brother.
I mean, he's got to find 2 temps on this lap. Oh, and that was a messy chicane. It's not going to be giving him a good run onto this first lap, onto his flying lap even. Take a bit more curb.
You're going to have a bad start to the first sector.
You just lose time.
I've noticed that a lot.
You just lose all the way down, and that could lose you a couple of attempts at the end, and it's a couple of attempts he needs to find if he wants to make it into Q2.
Indeed. So I'm just going
nicely
through
within track
everyone's
limits, not
numbers.
risking too much.
Who else is running the wrong number?
I reckon we'll start seeing a few of the drivers retiring as soon as they know they are definitely safe.
I would say probably down to 10th is safe, but 119s are just probably the benchmark. I think everyone below that will probably have to.
I don't. Well, because Gotten 6 has retired, he crashed out. So, as long as you're above
everyone's
6,
going through.
Everyone should be going through. Lucas AD heads into the final sector.
He needs to gain 2 tenths here. Hopefully, he can.
You'd hope he would on the soft compound tyre. And the final corner.
Hopefully, he can.
Yeah, he's found plenty of time.
And that's down, but everyone's safe. So
everyone's safe now.
Qualify. So. Right, I can now go through everyone's numbers that are actually out, which is very impossible because now King Gamers literally just got told his number, so I will be expecting him to be running it.
I believe he is. He's had a big tank slapper out of the. I never remember the corner number, but it goes into the hairpin now. He's 86 is the number.
Running that number. So at the moment we've got 2 people running the wrong numbers. Obviously I can't see everyone else. They're all in the pits hiding. Lucas A knows that he's safe. I mean, everyone's safe now. I mean, no one really.
Well, Richard has left the session. I'll quickly invite him back.
He's done enough and he's muted himself out of the lobby already. I will be expecting Lucas A to come in. I'm pretty sure.
I'd be very surprised if people don't start retiring soon. I imagine that group chat would be set alight with messages saying so.
I could literally just shut that he's safe because he literally is just next to me. Well, he wants to improve. He needs to find about 8 tenths and he's lagging a bit.
Oh.
Definitely getting effort.
A bit of lag. But of course,
now,
it's these tyres. If you go out on the same set of tyres, you give them back at the end of the session. It's basically a free practice session for league racing. You don't get any of that on the day or within an hour or so of racing. So it allows you to build that consistency of not exceeding track limits and setting consistent lap times, which will be important in the race, and also especially with lag conditions and whatnot. You can adjust to it slightly in the session.
Lag is a very big factor on this one. Not sure if it's as worse as it was on the last year's game. Last year's game was just...
It was abysmal.
Ramsey is kind of proving that the lag is real going down this straight. McLaren having a livery update as well. Adding quite a couple of things.
A few of the sponsors on, and they are actually our constructors' leaders, so you'd want Ramsey to sort out his lag issues. It wouldn't be helpful on the run to turn 1, that will be tight.
Obviously quite a long
run.
Quite a long distance to turn 1. There's another car coming out ahead of him. I think that's Aiden.
You say that very nicely.
Let's see if he's running the right number. I think he's running number 9. Yep, he's fine.
The start will be interesting.
It doesn't take 2 seconds to change a number on this game. But people are going to get
I imagine a lot of people forget.
I mean, I always try, every league that I run in, I always try and get the same number.
Yeah.
Which is number 95, this is the year I was born. If I won't go for that, it was 23. Obviously, you can't use that anymore.
And Ramsey's out. Sorry to interrupt. And that's his qualifying over. He will not get back to the pits with that one, and That is in a nasty position. I think he just went over the curbs on the exit of that
Yeah,
fast right-hander, and they are punishing
very,
Lucy's game.
very
Absolutely, it
very
just
easy to
froze
run
the
out
car.
wide. Yeah, and it's just, you're just going to continuously spin, and obviously he will be going through. Obviously, he has set a fast enough
Well,
lap time.
he's starting P15
Will he not be able
because
to run
you
in
won't be able
Q2?
to set a lap
Probably
in
would be.
Q2.
Be
If
very
I,
interesting. Aiden puts himself in P1. I think he actually improved on his lap.
yeah, I think so. It's not by much. I think it's about 200ths of a second, but looking very
See where
consistent.
Elias, he's down his time so far. I don't know why everyone's still going out. I mean, gives us something to watch, I suppose. Really no need to be fair. Richard will be running number 12. Different camera angle. Change it, please. I wish they allowed you to actually pick different camera angles in this game. Everyone actually demanded it.
Oh, and Adrian's
Craig
gone onto
Martin's
the gravel. Sector 2. Same corner that Ramsey went off, just pushing the limits. And he's
where
gone.
the hell is he going?
He's doing the old line.
Way,
He's on the old
he's on his
circuit.
way to Monaco. We've got a yellow flag out there.
From Adrian.
Drivers getting out the way.
Yeah, he really is. He's taking the old line through there. He's not a fan of the chicane. Into the pit he goes.
I mean, I know no one likes the chicane.
No, it's an
He actually
awful
improved on
corner.
his time. He improved his final sector.
No, I'm not surprised that he took.
Not by much though. He improved on his final sector. Sun Ping is also. Oh, King Gamer.
And King Gamer goes fastest.
118.4. Sun Ping.
And Dan.
Dan.
And
Williams
second.
1-2.
They are looking like good challengers for this race. I mean,
He's wearing the right number. Been wanting number 98 since the start, and we just kept forgetting to give it to him. So he's now got number 98. He is obviously safe. Everyone is safe from now on. It's just
yeah, everyone's safe.
running. I'm guessing probably a little bit more practice. Yankee is done.
I think Yankee just retired in the pits.
Yeah, he's John.
So's this. John.
He's
Looking
actually got
at the
through on
timing
the
screen.
harder compound. He's actually done well with that map.
It is well. And about Q2, what tyres are people going to run on? I think, I would have thought the medium would be the popular choice for the one stop.
Yeah, the soft compound is so bad.
Doesn't last. I think the actual strategy that the game recommends is a soft, medium, hard if you're starting the soft. Which is, I don't know why you do that. Maybe you could do a soft, medium, but the one stop here it's just so much quicker. Yeah. And it's not the easiest track to overtake at. You've got turn 1 obviously and the hairpin, but you can't overtake in sector 3 really unless you're really being committed. And so most of sector 1 is dirty air. It's difficult to follow.
The only place you can really, I think, into like the first part of the chicane is probably the only overtake spot into that.
Oh, yeah,
you
because
literally need to be right up their gearbox just to even get a move done there, which is obviously quite hard to do.
Or be on the outside going through the corner prior, which I've never seen done before.
Neither have I, and I don't really want to attempt it either.
Risky.
So
I'd rather wait until turn 1.
Yeah, well, we're just waiting for Sun Ping to retire.
It's weird how he hasn't actually in the pits on my end.
What? Retire? Come on. He literally just came into the pit, so waiting. So we're gonna get
there we go.
We're gonna get gotten in here to give us a quick interview about what happened, because personally didn't actually see what happened.
And neither did I, but it looked like if it looked like an awkward place to crash it. One of the higher speed corners and in the tyre barriers at a place you wouldn't normally expect.
It's very weird because I have raced with him before in AOR, and he was the season champion at the end of the season that we.
Really? Oh, I've raced with
So
him
it's
before
very,
in WOR. Yeah, he's not. He's a good driver. I mean, well, I remember a fairly consistent driver.
Oh, and Ramsey's out as well, actually.
Oh, is he? Well, he won't be
Yeah, he had
continuing
the,
any further in qualifying. That's for sure.
I don't think he's. Obviously, yeah, race director. I can't get back up now. If Cotton doesn't join, obviously we will invite Ramsey and see what happens.
Yeah, well, we might as well. He's not.
What happened.
I imagine it would just be a case he went onto the curbing, outside of that fast right-hander, lost the rear, and the speed you travel through there is just so quick, and the wall comes at you so quickly as well. You
Ramsey's not
cannot.
in. Right, we'll get Ramsey into it and see what he has to say. I don't think Cotton's going to join, so give Ramsey an invite, see what he has to say.
And whilst we do, I'll give a little rundown of what tyres people are going out on at the moment. John is actually on the hard compound tyre. It must be the same set.
Because Cotton's just left, that's why. Yeah, he just left the session.
Oh, dear.
He probably just left out. Anyways, Ramsey, I
on.
don't know if you got your...
How did you leave the session?
I don't know. Yeah, obviously...
Hello, new commentator! Hello!
He's not used to having someone else in this party, so... yeah, it's just obviously bad qualifying from yourself. Obviously,
yep. Thanks, mate.
From previous experiences, from last Thursday, obviously starting last and still getting a podium, do you think you can do that today?
No.
Okay, that's a very good answer.
It's honesty. We like it. I'm on the same level as people in TSRL, slightly more than I am in this one, so yeah.
So what actually happened? I didn't personally see it.
Oh, I see. You're not watching your own boys now. So it is it?
Watching people doing their laps.
I was doing my lap.
Yeah,
I
you
was
were
come to
probably
an abrupt
behind
end.
on some people.
Well, yeah. I did one lap and it weren't very good. So I just went round again because I had plenty of fuel. And I was 1.2 seconds up on my own lap time. On the second consecutive lap, and then I lost 8/10 in the chicane at the end, which rather annoyed me. And I didn't know if it was going to scale the qualifying now, because sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. So I thought I'd be safe and get myself out there again, and yeah. Did you just run wide at the top of that fast right-hander? Yes. Just got on the curbs and... Where John's going now, up the hill. Yeah, up the hill. Just run, just put a rear wheel on the green bit gravel where John did, and John was able to save it. And I just smashed into the wall.
Oh,
such a nasty little corner. And I was 3/10 up at that point on that lap as well, on my previous lap to that, so I probably would have been able to get into the 119s, I think. Would have been nice, but...
Ooh. That would have got you through safely.
Yeah.
Oh well. Like I say, you can always stay in there and talk to us, or you can...
Yeah.
We'll stay until Q3 and we'll go.
Yankee sets the early pace on the medium compound side, but only half a second quicker than John on the hards.
George going around the last corner now, put himself into Q1.
It was even quicker.
Very good lap. And by the looks of things, Lucas Aid puts himself still 2 seconds off the just about 2 seconds off the pace. He's not looking very comfortable right now.
No, I don't really like
Jake
think.
Into P4, Summon King into P5, and gets beaten by Richard.
Dan's on the lap as well.
Yankee.
stay on board with him. He's
Adam Lee putting himself up into. Someone put himself up there somewhere. Aiden with a very. He did actually spin on his out lap, so.
and St. Dan actually only goes P9. He must have backed off. Boston 6 has rejoined the session, which is good to see.
King Gamers coming into a difficult section of the track where Ramsey crashed in qualifying. And yes, I am going to be mentioning that all race. DRS wide open, obviously on
You're
the harder
going to
compound.
mention what all race?
Crash in qualifying.
What? What are you mentioning all race? Yeah.
No worries. King Gamers coming into the chicane now.
Yeah, it's good to have supporting members of the esports team, doesn't it?
Oh, shit.
Oh, his tension all on stream.
Don't you start that. We've had enough tension in SV for the last week. We don't need any more.
From Baku.
Nope. I don't think anyone's recovered from Baku yet. Elias also on a lap.
I've got a track map, I'll be able to name the corner now.
Into that uphill section where Ramsey crashed in Q1.
Turn 9 now, though.
No worries. DRS wide open.
Yeah, again, we are seeing most drivers on the medium compound tyre, and then we got a bit. In game of risking it. The Red Bull! Red Bull behind, I think that was that Richard. Yes, it was. Oh, he almost pulled a Ramsey at turn 9. Just about gathered it. Pulled a Ramsey. Yep. Yes. Oh, he was very wide there, almost in the gravel. I imagine he would have backed off like that. Oh. Twitch chat is completely confused with why Ramsey is out of Q1. Because I crashed! Crashed it, believe it or not, turn 9.
Aiden is not having a good start to Q2 here.
Aiden is
2 laps that he's messed up. Still about 30 seconds off the time.
Envy has not set up yet.
He likes to leave it late. That's the thing with Bond. He likes to leave things late. We will probably see him in the next probably 3 or 4 minutes.
If he goes out on the medium compound tyre, you haven't picked that harder tyre allocation. Want to leave the mediums till very last moment.
Indeed. Oh, where is there? Why does Twitch have to have adverts? Let's see what Aiden's times are like. He should
trying to push that. I mean,
improving.
He's
34 seconds
up from his best, but that's 2 seconds off pole. Which I'm looking at the benchmark for some of the hard tyre runners, King Gamer and John, and that's not really up there with them. That's a second off their pace from the middle sector. If he can make it up in sector 3, we'll find out in a few seconds' time as he heads onto the main straight now. And whereas it's P9, he had scraped at some time. It's the 10th off of
I still don't think he's safe there,
on the hard tyre, isn't he?
I don't think he's safe because Dan is a very quick driver and I know Bond is very quick at times as well. So he might not be safe from P9 just yet.
But I would imagine he would have switched to the medium tyres now to set a banker.
Oh, definitely. I mean, he's done 4 laps on those tyres.
Yeah, he's just getting into a rhythm. Understanding the track, and obviously the track rubbers in, evolves it gets faster every second.
Yep, 6 minutes to go now. Still waiting for Bond. Obviously, he's on the lap now, so we'll run on board with him, see how his lap goes. Obviously, in that better looking Ferrari now. So especially with the new livery update. Let's see. Obviously, he hasn't set a lap time yet, so you won't see any delta just yet.
There'll be a mystery from start to finish.
But he was doing quite a bit of practice earlier with George, obviously. Ferrari at one end of the table at the moment. One first.
The field is a Ferrari sandwich. Into turn 9 we go.
Indeed.
Nice and safe, not taking too many risks through there. Turn 10. Fairly safe lap. He's not pushing the limits as much, but he's left it late. He won't want to get that lap invalidated.
Apparently he's asked me to give him a shout out.
No. Oh, he runs wide.
He's locked up ever so slightly, but only had a bit of a tank slap, a bit of power slide on the exit.
See where this lap puts him.
P8 on the mediums.
John is now about to cross the line.
And John goes
what
fastest
a
by 3/10.
Hey.
Oh.
Who's that well coming out? Right, someone thinks about to start his lap. Think Dan's still in the pits with 4.5 minutes to go. We'll want to get out there. Like I said, Aiden's still not safe.
He's now leaving the pits now, is Think Dan. On the soft compound tyre worth noting. Oh no, medium compound, sorry. Hey.
I would expect Aiden coming in this lap. I think he's had a bit of a mistake again. Oh yeah, he's definitely coming in. I mean, if he doesn't set a lap, I mean, it's fine for him to do that. So
double lock up into the pits.
Lucas is coming around the last corner. He's down on his time a lot this lap.
Just backed off. That might have been a cooldown lap, and he's going to give it a go now. So I'll stay on board.
What was my connection like while I was qualifying?
It was laggy for a bit, but it did settle down.
Yeah.
So.
Why? Why's your connection so bad now?
It shouldn't be, because I've made a wire up at work. I know how to make internet cables up. I've made one at work, and see if that makes it any better.
SV Lucasade is still 2 seconds down in his best times. In the first sector alone. It's struggling out there. Currently not going to make it to Q3.
He's made a mistake. He's down on his lap quite a bit. I reckon he'll be going again though, by the looks of things he is. I think he backed out on his lap actually. He saved quite a lot of those. I think Dan starting his lap now. If he want to get a decent lap on these tyres.
Well, this is really his only opportunity.
He has to gain 1.7 seconds this lap just to get through. Might be a hard task for him. I mean, he's up by 9/10 already, so I think unless he makes a mistake, I think he's going to catch.
But he's still 2 seconds off, so it's for him to do.
Everyone that is watching tonight, give us who do you think is going to finish on the podium. I will get into that when we get into the race. Obviously, we have to wait until Q3 sorts itself out.
I think we'll see John on pole.
I can see that. He's got a lot of pace. I think Dan coming up to the chicane. It looks very, very clean.
He took that chicane nicely as well.
Run out too wide. Someone ping goes Elias, and
it's only P5 though.
Safe. I think he should be safe there. Jake running out very wide. Not sure where he's going. Bonge is back out as well. He's not safe either. Aiden, I know he's a very quick driver. He should probably see himself getting out of Q2 into Q3. He has the potential. DRS wide open. It didn't look like it was actually open when he actually activated it. But, Richard also out on the lap as well.
And King Gamer's actually now out on the lap.
Pulling things off.
Oh, his shot is. I think he made it safe.
Yeah, I think Southern Ping moved out the way for King Gamer on turn 4.
Retiring.
But King Gamer's actually going
Lucas
fast
Aid,
on the mediums through turn 9. He's got some traffic ahead of him. Shouldn't be too much of a problem.
Lucas Aid was out on the lap. I guess he's made mistakes.
Southern Ping, I think, is in low fuel, Mike.
Oh, well, I suppose.
And Maiden runs out wide.
Oh, and King Gamer's actually going to have his teammate as traffic through the final corner. Oh, but Dan moves out of the way nicely, but we'll see where King Gamer can go. And it's provisional pole. He's got the pace today.
On board with Aiden. Aiden coming into the chicane now. He's up by 4/10 in the second sector. Let's see where this lap he's going to have to gain about a second-ish. Oh, and
It's good enough for P3. That
Bond.
puts Envy in the danger zone.
Is he on the lap?
Very
Yeah,
surprised.
he's on the lap. Going very, very
Two
quick.
tenths up in the first sector.
Up.
Oh,
he's got the winner. That's a big crash at turn 4. Oh, but he hasn't retired. Oh, but he won't. That's it. He's out in Q2. Starts P11 on grid. But he will get those.
Got interviewing.
Oh my goodness.
I jinxed him. I jinxed
That'll be
him
a relief
earlier.
for
Elias.
Elias.
I
Anyway.
said that he was going to finally get out of Q2 and get into Q3, and he's bottled it. No!
That's a very strong Ferrari, but he hasn't retired. It wouldn't have made a difference. He's out of Q2, but I mean, it's just gone too wide, I reckon. Got a bit of grass on the outside. Cars just spin around on him.
He didn't lose that much of
He's lost. It's basically half. It's heartbreaking. But in some ways, P11 is the best place to start. You're not too far off the leaders if you can get a clean start.
You don't understand, right? So I don't know if you've watched any of the YouTube videos that we have, but Lucas Aid started behind Envy and took him out into the first corner.
Oh.
He's directly behind him.
Behind him again. I'd stay tuned in, viewers.
Right, Ramsey, you're gonna have to get shot off, mate. We're gonna have to interview Bond.
Alright, bye.
Good luck for the race.
Alright, good luck, mate.
Make some moves.
Alright, here we go. Right, let's talk to Envy.
Oh, that
He
is
knows
heartbreak.
he's gonna get interviewed. Right, I need to screenshot that. So into Q1 we have King Gamers, SV John, F1 Aiden, Jord Key, Spear Shot, I'm just gonna guess how that's how you say it. Bianchi, Dan, Adam Lee, Jake, and then Elias in P10. Bonge.
I think it's set in Baku, so I'll say it here. I am stupid.
Obviously
In a
we
Ferrari
were
as well.
riding on board with you.
I'm in Leclerc's car as well.
We saw what happened. It's very dark for Q3. We expect rain. Yeah, it looked like you just took a lot too much speed going into turn 5.
Yeah, turn 4.
Yep. Turn 4. Is it? 2, 3. Yeah, turn 4. Sorry. Yeah, just give us a few words, mate.
Just try it. My main thing in any league race I do, I just try too hard and overstep the boundary. So I'll try and make up for it in the race, but 9 times out of 10, we all know how they end up.
Was it just a rear tyre on the grass on the outside?
Yeah, it's like I was flying through the first couple of corners. It felt like it was going to be a good lap, and then I kind of glimpsed at the delta, and that's probably what put me off because I saw it was purple, and I was like, right, shit, let's try and keep the rest of it going. Felt the car go wide, and then the steering went really light. I was like, I've touched the grass, haven't I? And the next thing I know, I'm rounding the wall.
Oh, that's a big shame.
But
I may have
you get the
jinxed
fresh
you
tyres.
earlier, saying that you were getting out of Q3, getting into Q3. You do want to know the bad news, though. You don't want to look who's directly behind you. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh no. Oh, it's
You got
Lucasade, isn't it?
right behind you.
Oh no.
We all know what happened the last time you two. He was behind you. That didn't come to the greatest of all things. Obviously, you out. You go on to win that race, but obviously, freshest tyres. Where are you hoping to finish in the race?
I mean, I'm hoping to finish, in all honesty. I haven't had a good result yet in SVOR. So, I mean, top 8 would be a good goal for me. Like, higher points. I've got a couple of P8 finishes. I've got like a P10. If I can get like at least P7 or up, then I think I'll call this a successful weekend.
But you start on the new set of tyres of free choice as well, so you have an advantage
Yeah.
there as well. If you can keep your nose clean in the first few laps, and when their tyre wear hits for the front runners, you will have a pace advantage for a few laps. Not over.
Never over until the fat lady sings.
Exactly.
I was going to make a joke that it could be my cousin, but she won't be watching. I don't care. Animal Lee is just left the session. Obviously, you're more than welcome to stay till the end of qualifying if you want to watch your teammate hopefully put it on pole. John is about to finish his lap.
Oh shit. I accidentally invited him to the party, not the game. Oops.
Uh-oh.
DRS wide open, shortest line. It's
and the Red Bull's gone wide.
1:18.2.
Red Bull's gone
Ford now coming around
span.
the last corner.
Elias has
There you go,
Elias
Adam.
has spun at turn 13 or turn 12.
P2.
Right. I'll hop back in Jordkey's party, so summing it up, there's no points for quali, so I'm not too disappointed, but just a stupid mistake in the end.
Well, good luck for the race, mate.
Thank you.
I'm sure you'll do well. Just keep out of trouble. And if you see Lucasade right behind you, just
Slam on the brakes.
yes, we will allow that just for this race. I'm joking for people that are watching. Not really.
I can see Twitter going mad already.
Oh no.
Yep. We don't really want that anymore now, do we?
Oh. Right, speak later.
Do that, mate. Good luck.
In true F1
No, that
2019
was-
style, lost game volume on my end, but soldier on. John setting the early pace, looks it.
It's, big gaps to guys behind him. I'm not sure if that's able to very wide.
Be very surprised if that's the true difference, but I mean, Sink Dan's only gone about 400s faster in sector. Well, he's actually just gone a 10th factor in sector 2. So we'll stay on board with him as he goes through turn 12. Where we saw the Red Bull of Elias spin wide, and that's why he's 10 seconds off the pace. Into that final chicane now, keeps it clean. He doesn't run that much curb, I've noticed. He doesn't want to, or
Last one out. Should be a very good lap here.
they can be still 2 tenths off of
2 tenths.
John's time.
King Gamers
Yep.
is probably going up for another lap.
And Spearshot actually, saying that, he's bested him by only the slimmest of margins.
Oh, by the way, just a heads up, it would not surprise me. Don't be too surprised if Elias gets the 3rd place. That's where he seems like he likes to finish, apparently. Pretty sure he's finished there every race, apart from maybe one, where I'm sure he finished like 4th or 5th because he got absolutely punted with a few laps to go.
He's the opposite of he's the opposite of Hulkenberg.
Indeed.
And
It's definitely
Elias
getting
actually
straight.
he's going back out on track. Well,
I mean, everyone's
That's-
in the 118s at the moment.
apart from
Now, would it
Elias.
be good if we got? It would be nice. It would be nice to have everyone on an 18-1, 18-2, 18-3, 18-4, all the way down to like a 119. That would be perfect.
It is a
That would be the
close
dream.
field. It
It's
tapers
very
off at
close.
the lower end, but as league racing goes, you can't get a field much closer. You know, normally seeing about a 2-second spread or 2-3 second spread.
Hmm.
But you know,
This is why we
it's-
moved to this format of field qualifying.
Yeah,
It's just, it just gives the faster drive. I'm not saying everyone that's like gone out is slow or anything, because
No.
we don't believe that. Everyone's their own person. No one's better than anyone. It just means they've either had like a rough day at the office and they just weren't feeling it, or they just made small little mistakes. Obviously, if you're like 20 seconds off the pace, then maybe there's something that you need to start looking at.
yeah, and also some people just have better race pace and quali pace, and how they have that car setup tapers into that as well. If they have it more for tyre wear and not for outright
Aiden's
speed.
gonna miss the chicane out. Let's see. He has done for the last two. He's going to Monaco already by the looks of him. Obviously, only. Oh, he's going again. I don't know.
Elias is
He has got
7
some
tenths
weird
down.
lines. Where's
Good old.
Adam Lee? Who the hell was that? Oh,
On lap, there's an Alfa Romeo. Right.
I
And
thought
there's a bit
someone
of
else in the party and it was just you. Dan has just put in the chat, no, it's synced down. We know who it is, don't worry. I don't run a lot of curve because my wheel has no force feedback.
Oh,
That's
that's
it's
response
used not
why
for.
that answers my
Yeah,
question
so-
that I asked earlier.
Yeah, a lot of drivers, like obviously some leagues don't allow people to actually watch the streams just in case, like when it comes to like penalties and all that. But I mean, we don't see any harm in it. If you know
No, I
that
don't.
someone else is, I mean, it's easy to find out if someone's got a penalty. All you have to do is ask
Exactly.
Jeff. Exactly.
Oh, Elias has
So
got his...
we allow people to watch the stream. Obviously, if they're lagging, then we will ask them to stop watching it.
Yeah.
That's just because it's easier for us, and then obviously it's safer for them as well. George Key is back out. He's going to look to wanting to improve. I do know the times that he has been setting, and he's off them by
a bit. So you reckon he's
I think
holding
he's
back
just
a little
holding back. Yeah.
the set banker,
He's
not
first.
risking it much?
Yeah.
Elias
Obviously, P6
on a
could-
lap again. He just, I think he backed out when he got it invalidated, I believe, in sector 1. I saw him run very wide. The end of sector 1.
Good line
But
through there,
it's-
DRS wide open.
Smooth. Braking hard. Plenty of battery free. You know, almost 4 tenths up in his lap. And this is where he spun on his first lap. So we're expecting to see a massive
Clean.
increase now. Keeps it clean. Into the final sector. Ramsey joins back through the chicane nicely. Straightens up the car on the power round the final corner. Doesn't run too much curve. You can spin the car doing that. After least resistance, it's P7. It's not a bad,
Very good
not a
lap.
bad lap. Only half a second off of the fastest so far.
I don't think Adam. I don't know if is he coming back out. I don't know if Adam
Oh,
is going to be running again.
Actually, he heads
yeah,
out now. He's leaving this
Ooh.
very late. He's
Obviously,
leaving this
we'll
very
have-
late indeed.
We'll have probably the better chance of getting up there. Obviously, free space. The ones out.
The spear shot will be the first set of flying lap.
Unfortunately, I think he's made a mistake. He's made a lot of mistakes. He might be going again, I think. Yeah, he's no errors at the moment, so we'll be
Spear
expecting
Shot
him to come
starts his lap now.
riding ball with him.
Yeah, well,
And is
Does-
just ahead of him actually.
oh, Dan's ahead of
Found
him.
time. He runs up into the grass.
Which is the grass.
Ahead of him, by the way, lovely. Slips down with that lovely bit of grip that is actually in there.
And John starts his lap
Wide.
now.
Trying to see in order.
Um,
They're all in order basically, so it's
Adam Lee actually
shot.
just about gets around in time to start a lap. He had 2 seconds to spare on
Spear
that
shot's
one.
3/10 up.
He attempts up, he is flying.
could
John's
see the
only
first-
half a tenth up. But is that half a tenth on his personal best or half a tenth on the session time? It's
It's his
what
best.
no. He is flying in that McLaren. Dan
Spear shot
does
around the
not
last one in now.
improve on P3. Spear shot, that is a
117.8.
good lap.
Oh, I think. I know John is up.
And King Gamer goes P2 provisionally, but John is going through that final chicane. He ran a lot of curb at the end.
Right.
Adam Lee retires. He would have crashed out there then. SV John.
Does
John.
oh!
And is that pole position? You see what Jordan
Only
can do?
just. Oh my god.
Only just. And Jordan
and
peels
Jordan
into the
backs
pits.
out.
Yankee. It's only good enough for
Ooh,
P5. Let's see if
P5.
Elias can snatch pole then. No, pulls into the
He's in the
pits.
pits.
Well,
Oh my god.
that is close. SV John takes pole position by 5,000ths of a second from Spear Shot. Aiden,
How?
not far behind, 0.15 tenths behind. King Gamer in lines off the second roll, and then it's the Haas of Bianchi, and then the second Williams of Dan. Dan would be wanting a bit more from that, I would imagine. He's one of the title contenders. Jake in P7, George Key in P8, and for the thought he would have been up there challenging John and Spear Shot. Elias, it's okay in P9, he's in a second of the pole lap, but it's race time now, it's all to do. This is where the points are paid.
John's in the train, just went, yes. Yo, that was a smashing lap. I don't, how? Like, how? Just, I hope he actually gets onto the podium so I can ask him how he did that.
That is a
I really
very
wanna
good
know.
lap.
Look how close it is between, I mean, all of them apart from Adam. I don't think he just got the lap together.
I think
Very,
Adam was actually, he went on a flying lap and I believe crashed out. He retired.
Oh,
Whether or not he just got invalidated and retired on the spot or not, it's wasn't on board with him at the time. But I think we've got a
that
race
was,
on between John and Spear Shot. If that pace correlating to the race, that will be a battle for the lead.
I really don't know how he did that. I generally don't.
John is loving it.
Fucking come on. Oh, Jorky's blaming the game. Per usual. Oh, that's a shot actually, you're complaining.
Let's get it. He's over moved. And rightly so, that was an impressive lap.
That's
I really
his
didn't
new
think, I
catchphrase,
thought
let's
Spear
get it.
Shot had taken it at the moment, but Dan,
I genuinely
not
thought
Dan,
it did.
John.
Adam Lee is also going to have a 5-second penalty for readying up early. So that needs to get out. I think he's already got a 5-second penalty actually. For running, yeah he has.
George Key as well.
Oh no, he's fine.
Oh, is he? Okay.
He's the session host, yeah.
Yeah, a few of the other guys are now
I
ready.
already know, George. For God's sake, I'm already on it. Adam for Reading.
Dan is not happy. Let's see, well, what happened with Dan, that would be a bit of a hat taken.
Oh, and that's Adam Lee just looked like he was. Well, it's
So-
going to be a very. I've got to say, I don't get game sound I'll have.
Yeah. Well, the entirety of the top 11 is on the medium compound time. And then you got Southern Ping and Lucasade, and then Gotham 6 starting on the hards. That's going to be...
Yeah.
That'll be interesting to see how that plays out, because they're going to suffer off the start. They
Can I
really
also
are.
just say, the new guys, definitely bringing it to everyone apart from Aiden, who's just run out wide on the
Well, that's not going to help you on the formation, that.
Warren's tyres up, but
But they're going to be covered in gravel, dirt, and...
I mean, obviously, Spear Shot Aiden, obviously joining us this race.
It really
Sure if
has.
they've got a full-time seat. I'm pretty sure they have. Obviously, Jake down in P7, who's been absolutely yeeted.
For a debut qualifying, that's good showing.
Oh,
I
definitely.
think the big things to look out for, I believe, is going to be how Ramsey can carve through the field, and Envy as well. Yeah, Envy.
Randy is quite quick. He did
Oh,
start
yeah.
last in TSRL on Thursday, and he came home in P2.
It's on.
So he has got the pace, but obviously this league is obviously filled up with a lot of quick drivers.
Yeah.
I could see Ramsey getting points.
Yeah, but he's got to get the charge
obviously-
on early. He's got to make the
Obviously,
most
we
of
did
that
see
time
a
advantage.
lot. Obviously, we did see a lot of just little mistakes cost people time in qualifying, which is easy to replicate in a race. So it's not all lost for everyone that's outside the top 10. Envy will be looking to probably get up to his teammate within the first couple of corners. We do have no lights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's go! And John gets.
Oh, someone got an awful
He's
start.
got a brilliant start.
John is
leading.
miles away. There's a
Aiden.
hass out in the pit lane.
And there you go.
Oh.
The Ferraris all together already. Oh, and there's a collision at the back.
It looks. There's a few cars off track. I think there's a Force India or Racing Point. Whoops. That's a lynch mob after me. It's fairly clean. There's another Red Bull. I think Elliott, who's gone off wide, yes. But Southern Ping's had an absolute terrible.
He's on the inside of the
drop
line.
down. Ramsey, who's up to P11 already. He really did do well.
Jorky and Dan having a nice little battle.
Dan's got to move a bit.
Didn't leave a lot of space there, but kept it clean. Jorky right up the inside of Dan. Not sure where he was going.
And
We've got
what
a
a
yellow
what
flag.
someone is doing.
And that's
Elias. Look at that for a re-entry.
Zeke,
Oh, I would.
did you get that on your thing?
Yes, I did. I'll record that because
I saw the end of that and it looked very. Oh, and that's a car going out wide.
he keeps.
John
Yeah,
nearly. He hasn't pulled away very a lot.
he's doing
Defending
enough
already. Envy having Ramsey into the points already.
Ramsey is on an absolute charge.
Riding balls with him. He is a little bit behind Envy.
But
Lucas Aid up the inside of Richard. Richard left a lot of space there. Obviously those guys will be obviously pitting first. Obviously they are on fresher tyres. Then pretty much everyone, and that's Elias who allowing Southern Ping back through.
I'm not surprised.
He made a mistake.
It was Elias. He's had a bit of a
John
scruffy
still
first few
needs-
laps. He was wide at turn 4, and obviously at turn 9 that was horrifically wide, and he's trying to take the exit on the escape road, but it isn't really an escape road.
When must be Yankee running out wide? Two, both AMS drivers together. Oh!
Banking spear
That's King
shot.
Gamers, he's out!
And Ken Gamer's out. I did not catch that. Oh, and there's Ferrari. Ferrari's sideways up the hill. It's Jordan. It's Jordan Key's got front wing damage to the front right end plate. Imagine he'll have to pit on for that one.
I think he collided with King Gamers.
Oh,
If you see a safety car,
I do not
personally
believe
would
they're
say
very
no,
conservative with that, but this does promote Ramsey
Oh.
and Envy up into P7 and 8 respectively.
And
And Adam Lee is actually on the back of Ramsey into turn 1, and he's
we
done the
go.
move. And
Good
Ramsey
overtake.
has no fight for that. The overspeed that Adam had was just too much. That's it, set and done. Randy's pace is starting to calm down slightly.
He goes onto the harder compound, so he'll be going quite far into this race. So we'll have to pit again. I don't think he can do. I mean, he could probably do 30 laps, but he's
I reckon you could if he was really safe on it, but I don't know. It's ruined his race, unfortunately.
easily tough. So
I do not believe it's through any fault of his own.
Under attack by Summon Ping. These two had a great battle last time out. Summon Ping getting the edge of there, and that's Elias going out very wide again.
He's had a dismal race so far.
Yes, he has got a damaged front wing, which would explain that. So I would expect him to come into this race.
Another battle that is brewing up is between Jake and Envy, especially now DRS will be enabled.
Here comes
and
Envy.
Actually, speaking of it, he goes to the inside line, does Envy, for P6, and he's made the move in before the braking zone. Envy is on a charge.
He's on a charge. Hey, Jake.
P11.
Oh, St. Dan and Spearshot.
Well, there they are, actually. They're battling. Spearshot you want to make up the position he lost early on to Dan. Spearshot actually lost out quite badly on the start. He didn't get away quickly.
No.
Swallowed up by the pack behind.
John maybe getting that second out of the DRS detection. He's got that
Just
second
dipping out of it. Spearshot actually goes into the gravel through turn 8.
So that promotes Jordan up to P14. He's gonna have to. He should be hoping for a safety car here. Oh, and Jake's going for a move on Envy. I'm not sure if they hit each other, but and Jake!
He's hit that curb. It's such a punishing corner. It catches it where you think you can clobber the curb through there. And sometimes you can catch the car, and sometimes it just throws you off like that. It's such a deceiving corner. And actually, this track is very deceiving in what you think you can get away with. One moment you're fine, and the next you're off the track.
It's finding it very hard to shake Aiden off his tail right now.
He's got the pace in. John goes wide in turn 4. He's got the pace in the middle sectors, but Aiden just gets the toe and the DRS down the main straight in particular, and just keeps him in contention. Coming down a little bit.
Richard needs to learn to start saving his errors. Oh, we've got another yellow flag. Oh, and
Ramsey! No! And St. Dan gets a penalty for a corner cut.
He's a bit damaged. He's gonna.
Oh no! It's going to be a race to forget for Ramsey. Especially after that start, that's a shame. Doesn't seem to have any damage
very well to keeping. I mean, they've pulled the gap out to Bianchi now, so.
Bianchi is all behind. Spearshot is keeping Dan honest, but not really in any contention for an overtake.
Adam Lee creeping in the back of Envy. That's got DRS.
Adam Lee actually
moving out of
very good pace actually, starting from P10. Not a brilliant Q3.
I tell you what, even with Ramsey spinning, he was nearly on the back of Richard already. 1.7 already.
Yeah, he's.
Clean.
And Enzy and Adam are actually going to go side by side up the hill. They touch wheels, but and Lee gets that done, but he goes wide up the hill. gives
will get the DRS.
Envy the opportunity, but he backs out of it at turn 9, gets the DRS, and
Oh,
he's
no,
oh
no,
my
no,
god!
no. I saw
Scary.
that
I thought we was
coming.
going to see another Ranzi-esque crash there. He can't be doing that too much. He bite too much of this, and he's lost out a
Oh,
bit of time
Elias won
now.
again.
Who?
Turn 2. Elias.
Oh, Geordie.
No, Elias.
Oh, Elias has.
Oh, John's got
Oh,
the
Richard's gone off
1.1
as
back
well.
now.
Oh, it's been an
from Richard
absolute
Ward.
disaster for Red Bull. And I believe they're actually up there in the constructors.
Yeah, they're I think 5th.
Have a look now, they're
Richard
the
having.
4th.
They're going to be losing a lot of points.
And losing a lot of
I think
points.
their only
especially
hope
to-
is they need a safety car. I think that's the only
Yeah.
way they're going to be able to get back in this race. And Southern Ping going for a move on Luke's day. Doesn't get it done though.
It's
I
a bit of a
mentioned
problem with
these
this
two-
track.
oh,
Spear
and-
shot is closing in on Dan again. It's just the middle sectors just don't really
Elias has got
encourage
past Richard.
drivers to overtake. Or to
Richard
follow.
is lagging a lot. Usually we.
And had a
Damage, I believe. Oh, and Southern Ping all over the back of Lucas. Oh, he's going for the move at the inside.
and the,
Oh, and
oh,
Elias as well. Oh, it's Southern Ping.
oh, what's happened to Southern Ping?
Yes, Ramsey's corner.
Ramsey's caught. Oh, turn 9. Oh, in
Talking
exactly
of Ramsey,
the
he's
same
just gone
manner that
past him.
Ramsey went. With this push. Oh, and realistically,
I
there
did
should
see
be a
what
safety
happened
car,
there.
but you won't get
I
one.
saw what happened. Southern Ping went to go up the inside of Lucasade into that corner, and yeah, just ran out wide and then just put it in.
It's lucky that
Yellow
really
flag.
that Lucas
Right,
got away.
on there. Oh, Adam Lee's got past.
Evans and Envy, that happened. Oh, and Envy
Ooh.
is
Safety
back
car.
on him. In the
Safety
middle
car.
sector, they got very close at turn 5, I think. We'll get that track
Did
map
we
back
see
on.
pit
Oh, it's turn
stops?
4. Whoops.
We could be seeing pit stops here. Got a
Safety car. I've just noticed. Well, you know what this is?
That
This
will
is
bring. Could potentially see pit stops maybe.
this is actually brilliant for
Speeding.
George Key, and
Oh,
Jake
yes.
has actually got a drive through for speeding underneath the safety car. This
This
is-
is John now. Let's see what he's going to do.
But it's quite an awkward time because and Adam Lee's
John's
playing
in.
extremely hard there to probably
Aiden's
catch
also
up with
in.
Delta.
Oh, Richard is lagging so much.
See, top 4 will pit.
And Spear Shot is going to be.
Spear Shot
moving to
continues.
P1.
What tyres? Well, I suppose I think we'd be
Bonds-
looking at.
Bonds is also staying
John's
up.
actually gone out on the mediums again. He's converting
I don't
to a
know.
2-stop.
Richard was retired. He retired in the pit lane, so.
Aiden
think,
is on the
um,
hard compound, so is Bianchi. So we're actually getting a mix
Lucas
of
Aid.
strategy here today. Spear Shot is
Himself up.
staying out on the old softs. Envy, I cannot
Ramsey's in.
completely understand that decision. Stays out on the old mediums. John pits for fresh mediums. He's going to the 2-stop. If that's all. Aiden pits. He goes on the hard. So does Bianchi. Dan follows John's suit and goes on to the
I
mediums.
don't think. Unless John can get the gap.
And
I
Randy
think
pits.
he's thinking, obviously, probably softs at the end.
Mr. Rice.
It's the only thing I can really think of at the moment. Ramsey is
That's
now
odd.
last, obviously, he's pitted.
But that's not really worked out for him because he's got to get ahead of Spear Shot, who has also got to pit again. So is Envy. Those are the guys he's really racing. He's got to get ahead of those. And then put up 20 seconds to Aiden and Bianchi behind.
I have a feeling because I know John and Envy are currently in a party together. I reckon John will probably ask him to move out the way.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's not team orders, but
Probably not in the same team.
obviously
But
Envy. Obviously, we're in the same esports team, obviously. But, I reckon unless they come in this lap, if they don't.
I'll be very surprised if anyone pits now because you'd just be losing. And actually, I say
Honestly,
that
I saw that.
Dan pits
I
again.
saw that yesterday. No, I think he's going to the one stop now.
No, but Dan's already pit. He was on fresh mediums.
Oh, he's got a 5-second time penalty, hasn't he? I think.
Yeah, but you can't serve that under the safety car.
Oh yeah. So he's
He
gone
goes
to
out on the hard compounds.
harder
That was a
Comes
strategy.
out ahead of Ramsey though.
And he pit as well.
Obviously, already gone to the end on these tyres.
I suppose
Gorky's back up
if
into
you
the
are
points, though.
Ramsey, you might as well you'd be back on the pack where you would be anyway, but you're on fresh tyres. I'm surprised. George Key, I suppose George Key didn't pit into the safety car.
That might have cost him.
But then you'd only have one set of hards that you could use, so I don't think he's going to have to make those last. He's going to have to make that the
If we
widest
see another
Ferrari.
safety car.
Another safety car would be a godsend for him. But we'll be getting interesting.
We'll probably this will be the final lap because Ramsey is on the back of them now.
Yeah.
I reckon we could see the safety car coming this lap, and it is. See, he's listening.
It's all down to spear shot to set the pace. Bolt. And also, a big thing for our safety league start is not damaging your car. It sounds stupid, but it's so easily done. You try to get as close
You
as
get
possible.
penalised for that now, don't you?
What's this?
You get penalised for hitting a car under the safety car now.
Oh, do you? I suppose.
Yeah.
The fair
Just
play.
ride on bomb with Bonds. And spear shot is.
And of course, he can't overtake until the timing line,
He's gone.
so he can bolt that much later. That's not work. There's some action behind. Oh,
George Key.
St. Dan was doing something. He got a massive tank slapper out the final corner. He's
Yeah,
dropped
John
down
past
to dead
Envy.
last, and Jakes goes round side by side with Adam Lee actually. Odds on there's a Toro Rosso in the gravel, but keeps it nice and steady as they go. There's about 4-horse ding dong now for P5 potentially. Gazade holds off from Gotten 6, runs wide at turn 4. They're side by side now going to turn 5, but they've mounted each other, but Lag predicts there's no damage there. Now Jakes is on the inside of Gotten 6 as they go through to turn 7, 8, up the hill, up to turn 9. Got 6 runs wide, but he can't go. Oh, God, 6 is out! He's rounded in the
There's not.
Oh, he hasn't retired though, but it's so costly for him. It's a shame. And Ramsey.
Oh, I think Ramsey's I think
Ramsey's got a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. Let's see if he's got away with no damage when I get the camera angle that lets me do so. In the meantime, George Key and Adam Lee battling into that corner. I said I've never seen people go side by side through that before.
No. John's
He healthily really slowed down on the apex. It's not helped Adam Lee. And it's a slipstream train now to turn 1.
Oh, he's going for
Adam Lee.
He's gone for the move and he's into P1.
Oh, and John. Whilst that's happening, we've got George Key and Adam Lee side by side to turn 1. They're still side by side from turn 2
leave
to
each
turn
other
3.
space, lads.
Adam Lee moves out wide.
Ramsey.
Ramsey on the attack. He's trying to pick up places. Actually, he's got the Williams to sink down now, challenging the inside into turn 3 or turn 4. Sorry. That's a clean move. Can Ramsey get the switch back? No. Dan covers it off well. Lag is happening. Ramsey, he's fell back. And God 6 has retired and left the session. I cannot blame him for that one. And actually, John is actually disappearing into the distance. Already a second gap. There's a yellow flag in sector 3. Bianchi and the Alpha of Aiden are battling. Keep on board with this.
Elias is joined. Okay.
I believe he's now spectating, isn't he?
Yeah. This is somehow magically. I see what Bond is doing here. He's just keeping these two guys behind him. So
I don't blame him.
John can then
They're not
get
in the
that
same
nice
race as
gap.
him. But actually, it's going to be. He can't hold off.
There's no
Aiden's
DRS just yet. Jake
No
is
idea,
the fix.
actually. Envy's he's got the lower drag set up clearly because he's holding his own in the straight line against the Alfa Romeo.
Dreadful debut for Jake White.
George Key and Lucas Aid are actually battling now.
Yes!
George Key is just that. Lucas Aid, the Merc, has got such good. It's got the best of straight line speed, I feel, but actually it's gone wide at turn 4. Opens up the opportunity to go around the outside for turn 5.
Oh, don't hit each
Jordan
other for the
takes
love
it
of God.
every day, but Luke swoops it outside line. That was a move and a half. You don't usually see it done around the outside there, but he did it, and he did it cleanly. Lucas A got clean. He had to give Adam Lee the opportunity, and Dan as well.
And Dan up the inside.
That was ambitious. It was risky, but it paid off, and he's gone for the dive bomb into turn 11. It's clean, but he hasn't made the move stick. And all while this happened, George Key has pulled out of 1.5 second advantage. Dan still hounding the back of that Haas. It's got to hold it steady now, keep it clean, onto the back straight now. Dan will have DRS in this lap, I imagine, in the slipstream. If he has the fuel and the ERS to push, you'd be an idiot not to use it. Adam Lee goes defensive, but surely he cannot defend. If Dan got the overspeed, goes to the inside, Adam doesn't cover it. And he switches back to Adam, but he can't do it. And I think Dan's got that position settled.
And
He's got
Randy
to
all over
push.
back to Lucas A now.
He's a bit too far behind, if you ask me. Bianchi's closing in on Envy. Aiden got ahead of Envy as well whilst we were watching that battle. And Ramsey touches the rear left wheel of Lucas Aid. No damage done though by the looks of it. Ramsey's driving red-headed, frustrated from qualifying in the spins in the race.
Bond is definitely looking after his errs. He's using it down that pit straight with youth.
Yeah.
Saved off a lot of errors, and Ramsey is finally.
Ramsey's
spun again.
And Jake's actually retired from the session. Don't know where that was on circuit,
and Bianchi spun.
And he spun again. His tyres are cooked. The tyres are done. He's pitting. I'm sure that's a race finished, really. You only get really one set of hard tyres, and if you blow them, you blow them. If he goes into the mediums, I imagine he might try and stretch them to the end.
Wait, wasn't Bianchi in P5?
Yeah, he was up there. He was behind him. He was challenging Envy.
Did he spin twice then?
Yeah, he span twice. He span at turn 13, turn 12. I imagine then he just lit up his tyres spinning back round. Austin. Envy, I'll have it, is someone who's actually showing good pace at the moment. He's actually keeping Aiden honest on those fresh hard tyres. And he's on 14 lap old mediums. I think pace.
He will be pitting soon. John
But
nearly a 4-second gap already.
I can't remember what tyres Envy started on. Oh no, but Envy started on the mediums.
Envy hasn't pitted yet.
So he'll go into
So
the
you
hards.
know if Envy's and that's spear shot him.
Bishop, of course, stayed out of the safety car, so that's a scheduled pit stop.
You know if Bond is watching the stream, by the way, if you ask him to leave. Because he usually watches it and he reads it. Oh, we've got another yellow flag. Oh!
Oh, and Bianchi. Oh, again.
Hang on. No. I think he's tried to intentionally crash there.
Really? Oh, with the to retire himself.
Yeah.
That car has not got a front wing.
If you that was going down the second DRS straight, and there's no way in hell you brake that late. It's an easy corner to go around. I think. I mean, I'll have to talk to the stewards about it. I'm assured myself, but I believe he's just tried to initially take himself out there.
Ashgate, who'd have thought?
Honestly, oh my God, John with a 6.5 gap lead now. He just gained 3 seconds.
I get the leader split. So, Super Shot is actually 26 seconds behind John. At the moment, that is good enough for John.
Bonger's in, by the way.
Yes, he's in for his scheduled pit stop. The hards, I imagine he's in good shape for the rest of this race. They're going to be easily going to the end and in good shape to do so. But back to what I was saying, Spearshot is 26 seconds off of John's, away from John, and he's next second. So as it stands, John is still on for a win when he pits, and he will have to pit again because he's not used 2 compound of tyre. So I imagine he's going to go for the.
Aiden will not lead, or do you think Aiden will have to pit as well?
Well, Aiden doesn't actually have to
He's
pit.
on 8 laps, but he
started on the mediums.
Time up. Spear shot all over the back of Lucas Aid right now.
Spearshot's going to give us some action though.
He went for the move.
He's having a look at it, but he's got to get a move on. He can't. I don't know why. Oh, he didn't. He didn't stop at the safety car.
There can Spear shot down the inside. That's a lovely move.
I think Aiden's won this race. Now, I hope that isn't a commentator's curse, but I think not stopping it was.
It's what, 60? No, I can't count. Is that 15 laps? Yeah, 16 laps to go. He'll be on 35 lap old tyres, where John will be on very fresh, probably supers. No, not supers, softs.
Yeah,
I've done it as well, don't worry.
It's so difficult to get out of.
I'm not used to it yet.
No. It's like racing Point Force India, and especially when I have near identical liveries. But it'll be interesting because John will have to go on an absolute charge. I'll invite Lucas A back. So John's got to get a move on because he's got to pull out 13 seconds to Aiden, but or we could be seeing it. Well, we did say Envy actually taking.
And Georgie's in, getting off those mediums. I'm guessing he'll be going for another step.
He was on hards after he'd be going on to the mediums. So yeah, he felt like he couldn't get those tyres to the end. He puts him down behind his teammate, who will have the pace over. This could be a recovery and a half for Georgie after his misfortunes at the start of the race with that collision with the retired car of King Gamers.
8 seconds now.
And Sink Dan actually has made his way. He's in 3rd position. Obviously, can go to the end on these tyres. Doesn't have to worry about pitting again. Same with Adam, Lee, and Aiden. And actually, Ramsey's in P10 in position.
13, 14 laps. We'll put him on 24. He doesn't have to pit again. But he is getting attacked by Spear Shot here.
And Spear Shot will be
Ferraris.
eager to get a
Close
move
together.
on. He's
Adam Lee's
26
in.
seconds behind SV John. Adam Lee's in. Be going on to the mediums, I would imagine.
They're pitting very early on these hard compounds.
Yeah. I suppose if you, as soon as you overtake a Spear Shot, just breezes past Ramsey. Really, that's no contest.
John having that comfortably right now.
Adam
Can't really
Lee
see
pits as
anyone really
well.
beating it.
Lucas A pits
Lucas
on
A's in.
19 lap hold. Hards, I don't know if he rejoined or not.
Let me just see.
Did invite him. Envy's actually on the back of his teammate. There we go.
He's back in.
Closest battle so far. Envy has got the pace on George Key. Even though he's on the hard compound and George Key's on the mediums.
Very interesting. So if John comes out, if he pits now, he'll still be on the podium. Very
Yes.
comfortably. Obviously he's going to want to go for that win. He won't be too far behind the two in front. I mean, if he goes a little bit longer, if he goes to about lap 25, 26, potentially 27, then I'm sure he can probably
On the softs.
George Key. To be fair, I could probably see John. I reckon he's going to try and get to the end of these times. I don't know why, but I think he's going to try it.
He's kind of got to, because if he wants to win, he's got to. I mean, sure enough, he'd have to, if he does pit and go into the softs, he'd have to set qualifying lap after qualifying lap to have any hope of catching up to Aiden.
The only problem is now, though, John and Aiden are on the same age tyres, but there's going to be that crossover point where the hards are going to be faster than the mediums.
And we're probably getting close to that crossover point.
I reckon it's going to be another 4 or 5 laps where we will see Aiden start eating into that time, which he is just doing now. And George Key up the inside of Ramsey. Onge's dropped off a lot here. I'm not sure if he's made a mistake anywhere.
I think he's on the hard tyres. I think he's been doing decent lap times for the hards, but he's just been, had George Key behind on the mediums, obviously, his teammate. As soon as, I think he let George Key go past a little bit easier, but he couldn't really keep up after a few laps. It's not that surprising. And Ramsey, it's not really thrown in the competition.
I think the only thing that can save John to win this race is another safety car, unless he goes to the end on these tyres. Which, I mean,
23 laps on mediums though, or 24 at the end.
It could be durable, but his tyres will be off. He will need to start saving his tyres now, just to even have a chance of actually winning this race. Obviously, he has got that 3-second time penalty now, which is obviously going to hamper him probably a little bit.
But importantly, he's still actually gaining time on Aiden. He's getting that closer to 10 seconds.
It's going to be very interesting.
He can get onto the softs and make the softs work, or even another set of mediums. He'll be so much quicker at the end.
Can't go to mediums though, can he? He's already used mediums twice, so they have to either use the hard compound or the softs.
They have to go into the softs.
And he's basically got the 10-second gap now. He has got the 10-second gap now, so he's still got plenty enough lap time in those tyres. Who was that?
He's stretched out as much, and he's only got to do 4 or 5 laps, or 3 laps on it really, to get it to that point where it'd be ideal for the soft tyres to go to the end.
I mean, realistically, if he pits this lap, 10 laps on the soft compound, that will easily do it. And
Yeah, and
Jordan Key is in, obviously,
he would breeze past Dan because the sort of on the
he'll only be about 6 seconds behind. But
Yeah,
look at them. If you look at, they're on 14, 13 lap old tyres. They're going to be dead probably within. We're seeing people coming after 15, 16 laps. So I think the only thing, if he sees that Aiden has come in, which I'm running on board with him now, obviously he doesn't want to pit because he just wants to get that positioning. So 7:13, he'll be 7 seconds now behind. Well, to be fair, Dan's actually coming at Aiden now, only a little bit.
But even so, the soft compound
Firstly,
tyre is so much quicker at this point.
I'll tell you what now, actually. Jordkey is only 1.2 behind
Spearshot. And actually, Envy is only 9 tenths behind Ramsey. Those hard tyres are really starting to drop off. And I'm starting to think that...
oh, Ramsey's spun!
Oh no, Ramsey, not again! Oh, it's a tragedy. But he's still scored points. Everyone would score points in the race, apart from Bianchi, I believe. He's ghosted.
DRS off Bianchi here. If he can keep it, then he'll gain that little bit of time.
And Jordkey he's getting close to that DRS point. Yeah, he's... Jordkey's going to be in DRS range very soon, I would imagine, in Spearshot. Possibly even if Dan pits.
Oh, Dan's in.
And he's going to go into the softs. He's going to try and snap that fastest lap point, I imagine.
He will go down. He should get out ahead of Bond, sure. Bond's is enemy, by the way. I don't know if he do that.
Yeah, he should get ahead of Bond. But he's going to have George Key and Spearshot ahead of him. And George Key's on fresh tyres.
He hasn't even got a new set. Here comes George. Down the
George
inside.
Key goes at the inside, lunges it. Are they still side by side? No. I think that's a clear done move.
Yeah, Dan got out ahead.
Yeah,
we
2
should
seconds.
now see George. Absolutely. Well, I mean now, if John was to pit, it'll only be 9 seconds, well, 8 seconds behind Aiden when he comes out.
It's the perfect opportunity for him to pit because he's got clean air until the car...
John
he needs
now
to
is
overtake,
coming into the chicane.
I think actually John can get to the end on this tyre.
John's in.
Oh no, John has to 2-stop, sorry. I just saw the chat. Of course, he's only got mediums and he goes soft. He's got to go soft.
Pits now. Oh, and that's a 3-second time limit for Envy. It's Aiden carries on.
And Adam Lee's actually a second behind Envy, so that could be costly. And, well, this is going to be a cat and mouse all the way to the finish now.
This is going to be another...
It's going to be a hungry.
Verstappen hungry.
Yeah.
Let's see how far he comes up behind. It's only about 8
he's
seconds.
So far ahead. He's comfortably ahead of George Key. And he's on the... well...
But you got to think, unless Aiden pits now, which will... He'll lose a lot of time if Aiden can't pit.
I can't see Aiden pitting. This is his best shot.
Otherwise, what, 9? I mean, he'll come out probably 4th. This is his best bet.
Yeah. I think Aiden probably had the best strategy, really.
John obviously needs to get this 9 seconds and then pass him and then gain another 3 seconds. Obviously, because of that 3-second time.
If I was Aiden, I'd be saving fuel and saving ERS. I think
he's got
John catching is inevitable.
ERS right now.
Yeah, he's
got full bar of ERS.
Yeah, I mean it's all. He's just got to defend on. He's just got to defend the corners where John can launch an attack. Turn 1, the hairpin, and a bit of that first start of the middle sector.
Here we go. 8.1 now separates. It was about 10 seconds. He's gained 2
And-
seconds this lap.
He's not actually closing by a big enough margin. He's got to be doing more than that.
I think
And
Dan's
Dan
the
goes and
fastest
sets the
lap of
fastest
race.
lap on the medium tyre. John's got to be closing by about 1.5 seconds a lap, roughly. If
Adam
he
Lee
wants
past
to.
Bonge.
Adam Lee's had some good pace this race. I mean, I don't think it's been shown too much, but pace he's had this race and the moves he's been pulling has really been quite good to watch. Yeah, I think.
7 seconds now.
Have a look. He is clothing. George Key, he's made 5 positions off of where he started. Ramsey's made 7,
Okay.
but I think it's more from
He's had a very
retirements.
difficult race.
Adam Lee's made up 4. Envy made it 4. I'd have to say, at the moment, my driver of the day is probably Adam Lee. I think it's been
Obviously, we can pick 3 drivers. I think he can see Aiden, by the way.
and
Just about.
he would, wouldn't he? Just at the end of that pit straight.
At the end of this lap, he needs to be around 5.5 seconds, potentially.
Yeah. Well, just under, so he has time to battle, but
Yeah.
I mean, he had
He'll be
to
very
pit.
close at the end.
I mean-
Aiden cannot afford to pit now, though.
Oh no,
He'll lose so much time. If he pits now, he'll be out behind Dan.
yeah.
Which
And-
obviously
whoa.
Aiden was behind Dan.
I
Oh,
think,
no, he wasn't.
of course, it was Bianchi who was the other person who pit at the safety car. The front runners, obviously, Bianchi has left after multiple spins and an attempted wipeout. Or an alleged attempted wipeout.
John now 5.5
John is
seconds
in that range.
behind Aiden.
He's in that range.
I think
Dan's
Dan
got a
with
3-second time penalty.
I think that might have just saved Spear's shot there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Beershot's actually closing back up on Jordkey. He's in DRS range again. Well, he's
5
been-
seconds now.
5 seconds to the gap as we enter at 29. Jordkey on.
This is gonna be very interesting. Oh, and Spear's shot within DRS.
Yeah, he's been like that fairly consistently. But actually,
got DRS as well.
he's actually really a lot closer than I thought. Hang on with this for a few laps, I reckon. Beershot really challenging Jordkey as the mediums start to drop off and those hards still have a bit of life in them. Randy pits from P8, gets off the hard tyres, and he's sped in the pit lane. It's a 5-second time penalty for Ramsey. Beershot still just over half a second behind Jordkey in DRS range, but I think now the tyre advantage has flipped over to Spearshot. Update on SV John and Aiden. 3.8 seconds is the gap at the lead. It is closing. It's going to go down to the wire as Spearshot gets a tank slapper. That's suspended the battle. That actually drops him well out of DRS range. I think he's going to have to take some time to get back up and close that gap again. And it gives Jordkey a bit of time to take a breather,
3.4
compose himself,
on top.
and that is gap. You can definitely see Aiden now. And that will motivate him. You'll be able to see the car getting closer in front of him.
2.9.
To your eyes.
He needs to
the
get him
motivation
by
is kicking
around
in.
at the end of lap 31, so he has that extra 3 laps to get that other 3 seconds.
Excellent.
Obviously, he does have that penalty.
Yeah,
2.6
he needs-
now, 2.4, 2.3. Aiden's tyres have gone completely off, I think.
Well, you're 21 laps old. He's done well. I mean, they are old. They're going to really. Oh, John's pushing it. You saw how his teammate Ramsey in qualifying pushed it like that and paid the price for it.
Now
One of the
under
bites
2
if you take
seconds.
too much.
2019. Whee! There we go.
Gone within 2 seconds.
Ooh, runs out a little bit wide.
He's going to be in DRS by the end of this. He's going to be in DRS by the end of the straight, by the looks of it. Oh no, it's just a timing from my end.
1.9, 1.8. We could see him get DRS on.
If I can get a look at his tyres, because
track.
to be feeling a bit worn now. And spare shots, you can't really attack that much on.
Oh, and Lucas takes one off.
Sector 1, yellow
Oh, and
flag.
he's in. He's going for fastest lap.
Yeah, he's got 32 seconds over Ramsey, so absolutely no reason why not to.
1.5
Most of the
top now.
Time is dropped, but the charge that John putting on is starting to slow down as he hits that dirty air. But he's got to get the move done because he's got that penalty. And I do not believe that Aiden does. He's in DRS range now, surely. Just out of it, but he'll be dipping in at the end of the lap, I would imagine. Yes, he is. He's in the range.
Here we go. Oh, and Aiden! Having a little bit of a moment at the last corner.
Aiden's going defensive, holds the middle of the line. John's too far back to have a look. It's going to happen.
2 laps to go.
John's going to be eager to get through. He knows he's got to pass and pull out that 3-second gap, which will be a monumental ask with 1 and a bit laps to do. Adam Lee pits as well for that fastest lap point.
I mean, don't Aiden in his debut race.
He's challenging one of the big names.
Title leader.
Yeah. Impressive, and John is really throwing it.
Oh!
He's forced the move. Oh, that is. And Aiden's actually pulled it back. I imagine John's given that back. I would have thought it was a bit of a dirty move, but it's desperation from John now. It's going to go down to the final lap. Can John overtake into turn 1, and can he pull out 3 seconds in 1 lap?
Here he comes.
It's going to be surely it's done. He's gone for the inside. He's very late move, and it looks like he's
now
clean,
needs to get that 3 seconds.
Got to get that 3 seconds, and Aiden hasn't got to overtake unless he's got a penalty. And George Key is they're actually battling for 3rd as well. Have a look at this. George Key. Oh no, Spearshot's actually overtaken George Key for P3, snatching the podium at the very end. Yellow flag is set to 2. I imagine that's a lapped car moving out of the way.
Ramsey's got to help his teammate out there anyway.
We've got a 3-way battle for P3 between Spearshot, George Key and Dan. And you'd have to say Dan is not really hustling them. He's got the tyre advantage. Spearshot's at the tyre disadvantage. George Key's got DRS. And Dan is closing so much under braking, but he's still too far back. And it's all going to come down now to this final sector.
John round the last corner to win on track, but he is going to lose first. Yeah.
Okay, and George Key. George Key goes to the inside, they've collided at the last corner. Ramsey gets time penalty. Oh my goodness, can Dan snatch it at the very end from George Key? Oh, they touch! They touch again! Oh, that was very close to being a very messy end to the race. Adam Lee. He crosses the line now. We're coming around now. P6 ahead of Envy. He picks the 5-second time penalty.
He's going to get this fastest lap. reckon it will probably
Let's
be
see.
Adam. Adam was up on his time by quite a bit. Let's see.
was-
DRS, and no, he doesn't. Let's see if Bond gets in 3. No. Wow. That was.
So what a race,
Um,
honestly. We got a bit dull in the middle, but really the safety car came at the right time. Oh, for
You know
drivers
what?
of the day.
I want to interview John. So if you want to interview Aiden and the other guy, if you want to, and I'll
Sharp
interview John.
shot, wasn't it? Oh, we did have a bit of controversy at the end with Sharp Shot and George Key.
Yeah. So if you want to do Spear Shot and Aiden, and I'll do John.
Yeah. That's not a problem.
I'll get them into the party. We don't actually have the other two as a friend on here because we haven't added them yet, so I need to go through my recent players.
So
it was
your race winner is Aiden, and wins on penalties from SV John, who overtook on the final lap on track after doing a unorthodox 2-stop after going medium at the safety car, going at the softs at the end and having some scorch as a qualifying lap after lap, and Spear Shot finishes off the podium. Then you have George Key just missing out on the podium. There's a bit of controversy there on the last lap as he made contact with Spear Shot and almost made contact with Dan as well. That could have been very messy. Then it's Dan. Adam Lee, brilliant race for me, my driver of the day personally. Brilliant moves, made good progress, 4 positions up from when he started. Envy, good recovery from P11 from a disappointing qualifying after crashing in Q2. Ramsey in P8, not great again, but scores good points. Lucasade recovers from a not great qualifying as well.
Yep.
I believe that was the
waiting
last on
for-
track.
Yeah, they're finally joining. Just waiting for Spear Shot if he has a mic. Oh, Spar Shot, sorry.
So
I don't know if he has a mic.
yeah, good to get Spa. What's his name? Spa Shot. And
Spa Shot.
get his view on that last chicane incident.
Yeah, I'm now inviting him back.
It's Baku for TSL next week. Oh. Not a fan of Spain. That last chicane, awful.
Let's just start the interviews, and if Spar Shot joins, then we can do stuff like obviously do him at the end. So, yeah. So I'm going to hand you over to my co-commentator, Anus, who's going to interview our race winner.
Yeah, so congratulations, won it on, or keeping it clean, not getting any penalties, but how did it feel to be hounded down at the end? Those last few laps, seeing the gap just fall at the end.
Yeah, it was horrible because the tyres they hit 85% at the end, so could have easily got a puncture. So the safety car was bad, yeah.
So, talking about safety, well, did you consider doing a 2-stop like John, or was it always the 1-stop was the plan because it's sort of an awkward period?
I did think of it, but it's the back mark, or not back marks, it's like midfield as well, so having to cut away through them would have been hard, so I thought it would have been a safer option to go for the hards. And obviously paid off in the end, which was lucky because of the penalties of John.
Yeah.
Obviously, debut race as well, so you must be very, very over the moon. All I can really say is congratulations. Obviously, probably not the best way to win a race, obviously due to penalties happening around. But obviously, the winner's a win at the end of the day. yeah, congratulations on your first win, and hopefully this could be the start to many more. So we'll move on to second place. John, great qualifying, very, very close at the top between, I think, the top 9 cars, all separated by about a second. Obviously the race was going well at the start. I thought you would have got the gap a lot quicker at the start, but obviously a lot of quick drivers behind you now. And obviously, I don't know about your strategy, but obviously pitting under the safety car and going on to another set. Well, I mean, I'm not sure if you meant to do that or anything, but yeah, just give us a few words.
Yeah, qualifying went well considering Spain is one of my weakest tracks on the entire calendar, so getting pole round here is always a win. Yeah, the race was going smooth. You know, I was pulling the gap, and then yeah, safety car came out and just gifted everyone the opportunity to catch back up to me, which kind of annoyed me a little bit. But you know, that's part of racing, really. So I moved to the 2-stop because you know I thought it was going to be quicker, and yeah, for some reason, for the life of me, the tyres just weren't working at all. I was having to fight the car the entire time. In that stint, I don't know why, they weren't cold or anything, maybe I'm just shit, I'm just not performing. And then I went out wide in sector 3 and slapped on a 3-second penalty. So obviously there was that to contend with as well. But yeah, if I didn't get the penalty, obviously I would have won the race. But bit gutting. But at the end of the day, I'm still championship leader. I'm still, you know, I've still gained points on the likes of the guys behind me, because none of them finished ahead of me. So, and I would like to apologise for that atrocious dive bomb at the hairpin. I did not mean it. I just completely missed my braking zone, and it was either go down to the left here or go right up your ass. So I took the option to go down the side. So, but yeah, no, full cops to Aiden, drove stellar. Surprised he actually managed to keep them hards all the way to the end. To be fair, but yeah, I'll take P2. Found one of my weakest tracks, and obviously finishing ahead of Jord as well, who's quite strong around here. So yeah, I'm pretty happy. Increased my lead onto a track I actually like, Monaco.
Monaco next week. I don't think
Be drama.
going to be joined.
I don't think he is. Well, he's left the lobby as well, so.
Okay. Obviously, Spar Shot finishing third. Very weird at the end between himself and Jord.
I think, well,
very vicious move.
from what I saw, I think Spar Shot locked up and went deep, and Geordie just sent it at the centre where it was half a gap. It was the last lap lunge. There was no overall change in position, so no one lost out that much from it. But it's one of those things at the end of the day, no one really loses, no one gained.
No. I'm sure Jord would have loved to get onto the podium,
Onto the podium at the very end.
His night. But anyways, Spar Shot hasn't joined just yet, but I think we're gonna end this here. So that was the Spanish Grand Prix for SVOR. We'll be back next week for Monaco. It's going to be very, very interesting. Probably guarantee a few crashes, so we're going to be very busy in the commentary booth. So I just want to say congratulations to the podium drivers. You all had a very good race. And a thank you to you, Anus, for helping me out tonight. Hopefully you can come back next week and
Oh, I'd
give
like
us another
to.
hand. Yeah, well,
But it's a
welcome to the
good
team.
lead to commentate
It's
over.
just me. Yeah, it's a lot of very quick drivers. Anyways, guys, obviously we'll be back next week for Monaco, Until then, guys, see you soon.